study in 2020 by JAMA Pediatrics has found that children under the age of 5 years old are major carriers of the coronavirus, according to that report. It's important because tomorrow the education sector is going to begin its vaccination rollout. But here's the problem. ECD, or the early childhood sector, has not been included in the program. Let's talk about early childhood development with early education expert Ruby Motaung. Ruby, good morning to you from Tree ECD. Such a pleasure speaking to you. How do you feel about ECD being excluded from this vaccine rollout?
Good morning, Gareth, and thank you for having me. I stopped even having feelings the way I am so angry in terms of how social development is treating the ECD sector.
Why do you think it's happened? Why do you think it was excluded? What have you read? Who have you spoken to? What's the opinions out there?
Thank you again. Sorry, excuse me. In fact, in responding to your question, I need you to understand that who are we talking about? We are talking about the sector that is bleeding from not receiving their stimulus package that they have been waiting for. And the question still stands, where is the money that was meant for these people? And while the people are still, undergoing that pain, experiencing that pain, are angry from that pain, boom, so the department is quiet about what is going to happen in terms of the vaccination. And we hear that only 42,000 of people will be qualifying for this vaccination. And those are the ones that are falling within the Department of Basic Education. And perhaps I need to give you a picture. When we talk ECD in the country, we're talking about plus minus 180,000 of ECD workforce. If you minus 42,671, it means 138,000 are left founding. And the question is, what have we done to the country to be given this kind of a treatment? Why do we have to fight in order for our voices to be heard? Why do we have to go to court in order for DSD to listen to us? What have we done? What have we done? That's the question that we are putting forward to whoever cares to listen. The quietness of the Social Development Minister, Lindiwe Sisulu, is deafening in the sector at this time.
So Lindiwe Sisulu, one minister you mentioned, Ruby, what are you telling the education minister this morning? What are you telling the acting health minister this morning? If they're watching, Ruby, what are you telling them?
We are telling them that we have 138,000 who are taking care of plus minus 2.3 million children. Can we please put the child in the center in terms of thinking, in terms of action, in terms of knowing how important it is for the ECD sector to be given what is right to them. Just vaccinate them so that they can be ready to be responsible for the children that are taken care of. That's all we're asking for. Give them what is right to them. It is their responsibility. It is their right to have to be vaccinated. They don't have to shout. They don't have to fight. It is the right thing to do for the child of the country.
So Lindiwe Zulu, the Minister of Social Development, what would happen if they were to now come back with a plan to roll out, Ruby, for ECD educators? How long would be acceptable, do you think, in the ECD sector for the vaccines to roll out? We know right now 300,000 J&J vaccines for other educators, other workforce in schools. Another 300,000, we're told, is still on the way. What do you believe is an acceptable timeline if Lindiwe Zulu was watching this morning?
When the decision was taken that of rolling out to the education sector, my feeling, my thinking is that Minister of Social Development, because, Gareth, the challenge is that we're still caught in between, the function shift process. So now we still rely on Minister Lindiwe Sisulu in order to do what is right. And now, because Department of Basic Education is acting and is their voice is loud enough, they are heard What is it that we need to do? We are just calling on Minister Zulu to act as urgent as possible, because this is long overdue. It is late. It was supposed to have happened tomorrow, because the crisis is there, and we all know that. What are we waiting for? How long must these people be waiting in order for this to happen?
Ruby Motaung from Tree ECD raising a couple of issues. Ruby, thank you very much indeed, not just about the vaccination itself, but also money for the ECD sector, asking the Minister of Social Development, Lindiwe Zulu, what is taking so long, what is meant to happen as far as the support is concerned, and of course vaccines for teachers in early childhood development. They've been left out, it seems.